Hello, people. I have some groundbreaking news. We're actually doing a game review. I don't even know when the last time I did. I think the last time was like Star Wars Battlefront 2, the controversial one. I felt like years ago. So I'm glad I'm getting back to this. But I can only do one. Sorry. I wish I could do more, but since I have spring break, maybe that opportunity will come. Anywho, review time with games. And this is a classic wrestling game. And this is a game that many people, really like. And it is WWE Day of Reckoning for the Gamecube, exclusively for the Gamecube. This is one of 4 GameCube games, WWE games released on the GameCube. I've already done WrestleMania 18, WrestleMania 19, and now we're at Day of Reckoning. Still haven't beat Day of Reckoning 2 in that awful Fatal 4-Way cage match, so that will have to wait. But we can do this one. This one is a lot less stressful, somewhat. The interesting thing about this game is that a lot of WWE games, you notice like they either have like the title, like either like the title of the show, like SmackDown, Raw, then the title of the pay-per-view, like WrestleMania, No Mercy, and most of the games you just see like WWE 2, WWE 12, 13, 2K, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. This is a very different title, which is very interesting. Like, there's no other WWE game with a title like this. Well, other than its sequel, of course. So yeah, this is very interesting choice. I will read you the back of the case, if you can read it. So, the School of Hard Knocks. Take your creative... Actually, wait. Let's go to the main one. The story mode that turns a rookie's dream into a superstar's reality. That's the whole story mode. So, School of Hard Knocks. Take your created superstar up the ranks in the completely original story mode that starts you at the minor leagues of sports entertainment to WWE Velocity and Heat all the way to the big time of WWE programming. So yeah, WWE Legends, new superstar momentum shift, which means you can turn the tables on your opponent when they least expect it. And I'm going to have to say it, some of you female people may find this extremely cruel. I apologize, but we also have a match that was famous back in the day. Bra and panties match. Oh, basically a stripping game, and that was the era we were in. WWE was in. This is long before the women's revolution, all before all that. This was back when a lot of the women weren't very talented. They were clearly only hired for their looks. Just a little disclaimer there. So what about this game makes it stand out amongst the rest? Well, I guess, let's start with the graphics. And the graphics of this game are pretty good for a GameCube title because look at how small these discs are. I cannot stress this enough. Look at that. Look at that. Look how small it is. That's like a fraction of a PS2 disc. And there's also a manual in here. Remember those? Yeah, I do. Oh, they made a Survivor Series game for like Game Boy Advance. I don't have one of those, so can't really do that. And I noticed, like, in this menu, like, on the bottom, you see all the members of Evolution. Triple H, Batista, Orton, Flair. Very interesting. They're all on the bottom. Part. I don't think this is in the sequel. I might have to check. I don't think I got the sequel with the... Maybe I did. I don't know. I'll have to check. So, plot. Yeah, the graphics are very good, considering the GameCube's limited space. Although, they would get a lot better in the sequel. And the sequel's graphics are very impressive. But this one's alright. It's definitely a step up from WrestleMania 18, 19, which was also for the GameCube. Some of the character models are a little hit or miss, but they're overall okay. That's from the graphics. Roster, when it comes to roster, it's not very deep at all. I mean, there's way less guys in WWE 2K18, a mere fraction, which is kind of disappointing. But again, this was a GameCube, can only fit so many people. But I think WrestleMania 19, which came out a year before this, had more characters. It's really weird. In this game, there's no Brock Lesnar because he left the company before this game came out. There's also no Goldberg. Some of the guys from the era could not make it into the game, which is a shame. But you have your usual favorites: Cena, Orton, Triple H, The Rock, Shawn Michaels, Undertaker, Rey Mysterio, Chris Benoit. All your typical, the main event, the big players that were in this era. The women's selection is actually all right. I mean, it's a little better than the next game, which the next game is only 4. To be fair, I think. Which game was it? I think it was 2K14 had just the worst roster ever. Oh my gosh. Thankfully, they fixed this women problem with the recent WWE games. You have way more women to choose from. So, good. That's a good thing that came from 2K. Everything else, 2K just... But, yeah, at least they fixed that problem. Okay. Gameplay. The most important part of a game, obviously. It's very fast, fluid, somewhat arcadey. It's not like the newer games where it has to be realistic. No, this feels it just moves more like a little more ridiculous, a lot less realistic than the modern games. I mean, there's in these old games, you can literally press a button, which is the Y button in this game, and you can just run forever. No one will stop you unless you press the Y button again. That's a feature in the game. Yeah, let's go through the controls. If I can open this. Okay. Controls are relatively simple. They're somewhat small. It's B is a light strike. Holding B is a heavy strike. You tap A, you light grapple. Hold A, heavy grapple. Hold Y and run. And you can pick up weapons with the X button. You can do Irish whip with A and Y. You can reverse. Your L and R buttons reverse moves. R is a strike reversal. The L is a grapple reversal, which can get very annoying in gameplay. Because I'm so used to the new games. But the new games is just RT, at least for the Xbox One. RT. And this game is 2. It's really zero problem. You can taunt with the control pad. You can change your target with the control stick, little C stick, and you can do a special move with A and B. And when you do the special move, the music that's playing in the background, I'll get to the music in a second, will stop and this epic and that plays while you do it. And you have about 30-40 seconds with it. Which means if you can do it right, you can spam as many finishers as you want in order to win. That's what I do. And when you hit the finisher, it just goes to a couple cuts, 1, 2, 3. I kind of like that about the old games. The new games, it's just it tries to be a TV show, finisher, and then it just shows a replay of the finisher. There's no epic cuts anymore. You know, there's no like, I forgot, like, it was in WWE Smash Bros. World 2010 and 11. They did this, but like slow motion to a finish. Or like 2009, where like if you do a finish, like the screen like breaks like Stone Cold's entrance. Or like in not Here Comes the Pain, Shut Your Mouth with like the 360 spin. Like whatever happened to those cool cuts? Like they look more epic than today. So yeah. But also, it's a bit of a con. People do not sell well at all. They stay down like not even like 20 seconds at times. Like sometimes they just get back up. Like you hit them in the head with a steel chair, they get back up in like 5 seconds. That can get extremely annoying. Annoying at times. That's one of the reasons why this game took so long to complete, is because it got very frustrating, and I just rage quit a bunch of times. But that's like the good point of it. It gives you a challenge. Remember that? People complain, oh, games are too easy. Well, it's nice to give yourself a challenge. That way when you do succeed, it's very satisfying. Alright. The storyline, story mode. So you create your own wrestler. You're just a jobber. You're a scrub. You go to WWE Developmental. This was before NXT, by the way. And you go there, wrestle a couple matches, learn moves, the basics. Then you go to, you fight like a bunch of losers, including Matt Hardy, who was injured, so it doesn't really count. Then you go to Velocity and Heat. Then you can either go to Raw or SmackDown. If you go to Raw, you'll be involved with Triple H and Evolution, because that's what the main storylines back in the day were about. If you go to SmackDown, you get to be in a storyline with The Undertaker and his reformed Ministry of Darkness. Considering the sequel goes by the impression you did the Raw stuff, I decided to do the Raw section of this game just for continuity's sake. So I went to Raw. I earned my right into Evolution. Evolution started turning on one another. Triple H turned on me. I won the Royal Rumble. Then I fought Triple H in a 15-minute Iron Man match for the World Heavyweight Championship. I won, and then that's how it ends. And then the next game continues immediately after that. So, yeah. Story mode is not the most interesting. It's mainly just your typical rookie story, going from the bottom and then reaching to WrestleMania. That's basically what it is. The sequel, Day of Reckoning 2, has a far more interesting storyline, and a one that goes in a couple different directions. So yeah. But I have to complete that game, so that review's gonna have to wait. Alright, the music. I love the music in this game. This is back when they had good music in WWE games, not pop songs. They had music and instead of commentary, you just hear music playing during the match, and it just feels more epic. It gives you a bit more energy, yeah, it just gives you a boost. And a lot of songs here are really, really good. They are stuff you could rock out to, and it's real nice. In terms of unlockables, you can unlock some characters by completing the story mode. I believe you can unlock Andre the Giant, Bret Hart, Greg Valentine. I don't think Stone Cold is in this game, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think he's in this game, because I didn't see him in this game. I'm trying to look here. I'm looking. I don't see anything about unlockables. Well, that sucks. Also, I forgot to mention, all the arenas, well, most of them, are locked and you have to like earn like for like your character, like you have to like during the story mode, like not only do you earn like points, you know, like basically you earn cash, but you also earn points for your creative superstar, and you use those points to level up your superstar on like speed, charisma, counters, strength, all that stuff. With the cash, you can unlock like weapons, moves, arenas. All the arenas in this game are, if I have to see it right, it goes by SummerSlam, Unforgiven, No Mercy, Survivor Series, Armageddon, Royal Rumble, No Way Out, WrestleMania, and also there's Heat, Velocity, House Show, Raw and SmackDown. So alright, there's no Backlash, no Judgment Day, no Bad Blood, no Vengeance. That's a shame too. I think they might be in SmackDown vs. Raw, considering I think I already talked about a long time ago. That game simply doesn't work with my console. I tried 3 different copies, none of them worked. So either it's some type of sick joke, or my PS2 just doesn't like the has a personal vendetta against the game. Probably the latter. Yeah, I think that's about it with, you know, everything. Cover all the main details. So yeah, this is a fantastic game. You know, it's a lot more fun than the new games. And sure, the roster is weak, and the storyline's not all that interesting, but the game is just too much fun. You know, at least like, it's hard to not at least enjoy, you know, what this game had. And considering like this was still like on a GameCube again. Look at that disc. The fact that it is on that tiny little disc is even more impressive. So I'm going to give this game 8 out of 10. Highly recommend it for any wrestling fan, you know, any wrestling game fan. If you can find this somewhere in a, I don't know, like in a store that sells old vintage stuff, I highly suggest you find it and play it. So yeah, that's WWE Day of Reckoning for GameCube. So that was pretty good. So make sure to subscribe, like this video, leave a comment. I will see you all next time. I am out.